Hey YouTube, welcome back to another video. This time we've got my Kyosho Lazer ZXR. This was just a car I saw when I was browsing eBay, and obviously the paint job was one of the first things that stood out to me. But yeah, also it came with the wheels, but it didn't come with any tires. And like I said in the last video, I really like the Schumacher tires, and I thought they would be perfect for this. Obviously they wouldn't, they probably wouldn't suit anything too vintage, but seeing as this has the larger wheels on it, they were a perfect fit. So they're called the full spike tire, just if you're interested to know. I think the so yeah, I'll start by sort of saying this car's in really good condition. One of the most amazing things about this car to me is just the suspension on it is just absolutely beautiful. I don't know how to sort of explain it, but it's just perfect. It won't really sort of come across, maybe it does come across on camera, but it's just, don't know if it's the oil or if it's the long stroke. These are quite long shock absorbers. But yeah, it does that thing where you sit it down and it kind of does a little droop when you sit it down. Yeah, but yeah, these shocks, they just are smooth as silk. Beautiful shocks. So yeah, that's one of the things I like most about it. That wing's had a little bit of a bend. Yeah, so yeah, I picked this, like I said, I picked this one up off eBay. I'll take the shell off and we'll have a little tour of it. First thing I might as well cover off now. It's just got a 20-pound eBay motor in it. So just found sort of new old stock of this Peak Racing motor and just thought that'll do. Wanted something in there just for the sort of weight distribution, and you know, I'm not worried about any other vintage or otherwise electronics, but sans a servo. I mean, I always intend to put a servo in the cars, just, you know, so the steering's not flopping around. I want to put a servo in my Toms, but I'm just sort of trying to figure out what would be age appropriate for it. Whereas this one's new enough that I've just put one of the usual eBay servos in there. The other thing with this car is that it has some carbon fibre in it. I brought the old chassis along for show and tell. So it's sort of a, I don't know what you would call it, graphite sort of chassis of some sort, or, you know, reinforced plastic or something, I don't know. Kind of makes a metallic noise. So yeah, I got that with the car, which was quite good. And I also got another body, although yeah, I'd obviously never fit this one when you compare it to this one, which has been painted beautifully. This is more of I don't know, someone's first attempt or something. So yeah, that can sit over there, don't worry about that. Yeah, so I don't have any pins on this body. I might actually, it's mostly Velcroed. So yeah, I might just pause for a second and I'll take it off. Do you know what? I've only just noticed for the first time that someone's actually cut a hole for the gear drive. So it should be sort of enclosed like that, whereas someone's cut it so it peeks through, which is quite cool. This body's also a little bit different too. You've got this little bulge here, and you've also got this sort of bit where it ramps up here that you don't have on the other one. I think someone's cut the nose section off that one just to make it easier to take on and off, but it is a slightly different body still. There was a few different variations of these, the ZXR, and I think maybe a ZX Sport or something. So yeah, it may be a different body shell. It does look wider across the canopy for some reason, but maybe that's just a visual illusion. So here's the car without the body shell on. So as you can see, we've got some lovely carbon fibre going on here, upper and lower decks. Looks really nice. Got a massive gear on these things. And compared to the sort of Optima mids, the belt angle is quite different. It's, as you can see there, both the route of the belt is kind of more on a diagonal rather than flat like those cars. You can see my eBay servo there. I had to do a bit of a workaround to get a servo saver working in there properly. It's a bit hard to see, but it's another Schumacher servo with the crazy spring. You can really see it in this one because if I turn the wheels, it's kind of mostly spring movement. You can see the arm move a little bit, but a lot of that is just spring. Well, actually it's all spring, because I mean you can't hear the servo operate. It's just totally on that spring. So when you're racing, that's where all your bump steer is absorbed. So I hope that means I've set that up right and it's doing its job. I've never had electrics in this, so I'll never sort of know if I've set it up right, but the main thing is just to stop those wheels bouncing around. And you see how it comes ever so slightly through the top deck there, and the belt's right close. So that was kind of the main reason I went with the Schumacher servo, is because it gave me the clearance I needed. A lot of other servo horns were too big and would have fouled that belt, so yeah. And you can see the motor in there. It's quite an aggressive looking motor with those big cutouts. It's very cool. So yeah, it's safe to say this is definitely one of my favourite cars in my collection. I'll turn it over so we can have a look at the underside of the chassis. Hold the line. So yeah, it's a bit hard to see, but these marks are on the plastic. Someone's used the sort of random bits of double-sided tape every here and there to try and sort of secure it. The suspension arms on this thing almost look brand new. I mean, most of this car looks brand new. Even the Kyosho bumper, which usually cops a hammering, is not too bad. A little bit of peel there. It could do from with a new bumper, but everything else is beautiful. Wheels are really nice. Tyres brand new, of course. Soft compound. Yeah, what else can I tell you? That's pretty much it. That's Bit of a short and sweet one, really, just to show this off. One thing I did notice is that someone did the carbon chassis but just kept the FRP shock towers, which I thought was a bit odd. I thought they would have got the carbon treatment as well. I actually reached out to Fibre-lyte to find out about the shock towers, and they have a couple of different styles for these cars, so I don't know, maybe that's the reason. The other thing I noticed is theirs didn't appear to have the body mount, so I don't know, maybe that was a consideration, I'm not too sure, but I believe the carbon chassis is made by Fibre-lyte, excuse me, so full credit to them, it looks amazing. And one day I might try and get the towers as well, but just see how I go. It's not an urgent one for me. Here's a bit of a close up of that cutout. That's quite cool. It's not done amazingly well, but you get the idea, and it's quite cool that you can see the wheel through it. So yeah, guys, there's not a lot to say on this one. It's not going to be a long video, obviously. I don't have any nostalgic stories about this. It's just a really nice RC car. This is really triggering me. I'm going to fix that as soon as I finish the video. But yeah, just a really nice RC car. The custom paint job caught my attention, and the more I looked at it, the more I liked it. I've spent a little bit of money on it with tyres and the servo and just getting it up to scratch. But yeah. Anyway, thanks for watching. Thanks for those who have subscribed and liked and commented. And I'll see you in the next one.